This week on OafDiscussions, we discuss the Infinity War trailer, fitness, and unfaithful ass samurai. Episode 89 starts now.
I was trying to laugh. That was funny as shit. I like unfaithful.
I was like unfaithful ass samurai.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of OafDiscussions. I'm your host, Kid Swift. With me as always, Mr. Brent.
Doing it for the culture today.
Yeah.
Shayna.
Just be honest. All these girls look like a Build-A-Bay.
And Webb.
It looked like he died, and it was like, well, I don't care.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of OafDiscussions. I'm your host, Kid Swift, the man with the gift here up the lift. I stumbled a little bit.
Talk that shit.
But it's fine. We're back again with another week.
Bars regardless.
I know, bars regardless.
Give them them bars, sir.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome back, everybody, to another episode, another week. Hope everybody's doing well. And of course, if I was just sitting here by myself, nobody would want to watch. So with me, as always, is Monsieur Brent.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, man? How's it going?
Man, I'm good. Yeah, I'm real good. I had everybody drop it little Wakanda, the layer itself.
Yeah, your outfit was very, very dope.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Much appreciation. That was awesome.
What was it? Velvet?
What is it, velvet?
Something special.
That shit was like silk, like African silk.
Yo, it feels like just as soft.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
It feels just soft. Like it
great.
is really nice.
That's badass. That's awesome. Very good. Very good. And of course, that smooth voice that you hear on my left is Mr. Webb.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You need to don't sell yourself short about being a only person on the episode, just in case, Lord God forbid, weather or illness pending.
I mean, if I could talk about video games for an hour by myself. I do that anyway when I'm in my room playing video games. I'm talking about other video games by myself.
To himself in the mirror.
And then Brent will send me a party invite and I act like I was just sitting there quietly. That's usually what happens. That's usually the way it works. But yeah, welcome back, everybody. We're going to get into some stuff this week. I don't know if we're going to finally are we going to separate, kind of inside baseball right now, are we going to separate out the Oscars thing completely, or are we going to do it like during...
I'd rather we just separate that completely.
Okay, cool. That works.
So
I won't bring it up again. Now, speaking of which, like we always do, we always start off with everybody's week. So first and foremost, I always like to kick it off with Brent. How's your week? How's everything been? How's work? And how was your housewarming party that you had last night?
Let me sit up for this. All right.
I'll tell y'all about my house.
Let me tell you about this housewarming. All right. It was good.
Very nice.
It was very good. No, for real. It was really enjoyable. I had about 50 to 60 people.
Ooh, party.
Showed up. We're not worried about the other 20 people that didn't show. We're not worried about that. Like, hopefully everybody's doing okay. No. Hopefully everybody's okay. All right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear anybody crash and, burn, on their way, stuff like that. Like, I hope everybody's doing good, but it's a Saturday. So, things happen. But we're going to go back. Well, I'm going to go from the end and we're going to work our way back. We'll keep it real quick for y'all.
Cool.
I didn't realize how much standing in front of your own family and trying to open gifts is weird. Like, outside of Christmas, it's really weird.
You like Christmas?
Compared to your birthday?
But it was like, huh?
That's what I was thinking.
Compared to your birthday?
My birthday, I don't open gifts.
Are they just already... Wait. Elaborate.
Okay.
All right, I missed something.
All right. So Christmas, I may get a gift. Like, if we exchange gifts that, I might have a gift, maybe a hand, 4 gifts, something like that. Maybe like 2 bags, a couple, a check, something like that. My birthday, I don't think I've unwrapped a gift since I was like 7.
That makes sense.
Like,
when you say unwrap, meaning it's already there for you?
He's talking about like out of the box, or like somebody takes him to get something, that kind of thing.
Say maybe 10. I think that was Christmas. I got a bike for Christmas on like my 10th birthday, my 10th Christmas. But birthday wise, I don't I don't remember the last time I actually had like somebody like wrap something or put a bow on something was like, here you go.
Right.
Most of the, I'm doing air quotes. You can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes.
For the listeners.
Most of the gifts I get now is somebody a cook, maybe maybe a bottle every blue moon.
Okay.
But typically most people just buy a drink for me, and that's their like gift. Like it's moved to now like I will buy you a round.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So I don't really get like
I got you.
gifts.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
Occasionally somebody will hand me money, but
Right.
like that doesn't feel like that's just a welcome thing. That's I don't know if that feels like a gift per se. It is a gift, I get it, but it's like it doesn't have it.
Not in the traditional sense of like you said, a wrapped box or a bag with tissue paper in it.
Yeah, like somebody's like I prepared this for you. Here you go. Like this is for you. So outside of Christmas, I don't really have those moments. Mm-hmm. So when I had to open all my housewarming gifts, it was a little weird because I opened like 2 of them and I was like it was like gift fatigue. I was like, all right.
Off of just 2?
I got huh?
Off of just 2?
His 2 gifts in. I was like, I'm done.
My gift unwrapping stamina is low. It's very low.
You work on that
I don't have enough.
Yeah.
I don't have enough points in my attributes for that.
He's just wrapping cylinder blocks and just unwrapping. I'm like,
Yeah. all of mine went into charisma
and luck,
stealth, and luck. None in like gift unwrapping. Like, it wasn't there. It's like 1 point in there. That's it.
just a throwaway point. Yeah, the one they gave you at the beginning.
Pretty
of the
much.
game.
Like it started with the default. Like me being born, I got that 1 point then.
1 point.
But
that's great.
So I'm trying to like open these gifts, and people are like talking and singing songs, and some people are like dancing in the background, and some people are like they just want to hear their name and what they gave.
Okay.
And then maybe like ooh.
Right. Yeah. It's like look. He's about to open it. Look.
Yeah. Those silverware.
Right. Yeah.
Ooh. Hey. Yeah. Like I make sure I thank everybody. All that.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Oh no. Oh, I'm glad they did.
Right. Yeah.
That was real. I was like, oh, these are dope. Now, I will say this one thing. On one of the gifts, I'm not calling out I'm calling out one specific gift just because you know how people give you a gift and typically they like tear off the tag where it like says the price.
Oh yeah.
They wrote,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, they wrote over it and
okay.
And it says like $50,000. Like they actually put like the dollar symbol and everything. It's like 50,000. So it says like tag is like the price
50 racks.
And it says $50,000 in like Sharpie.
Okay, that works.
Like 99, like $50,000 with 99 cents. Like that's how much those plates cost. Like that.
Right. Yeah.
That was hilarious. Like that was a special one because I didn't see it at first, and they handed it to me. I was like, "Oh, these are great." Blah blah blah. Thank you. Here's the tour. All that.
Yeah.
Now, keep this short. The tours I gave.
Yeah.
A1. I felt like I each time I gave a little bit different. Somebody took the tour. All the walls were painted before I got here. It was move-in ready. The carpet was redone in early December 2007. I gave like a whole like historian
you broke
background.
it down.
like you were selling the house over again.
You were trying to selling somebody.
And that was for some people. Other people, I was like, you see that little knucklehead running around? My nephew, he says this is his room.
Yeah.
All right. The one with the guitar in it, my room.
Right. Yeah.
The one he's laying in right now, his game room. Apparently, I just pay the bills around here because all these rooms are his.
I like the way. I like the idea of you like opening the door like Chappelle and be like, "Come on in, you broke motherfuckers."
Oh,
or even better is that he's got different approaches to giving a tour.
Like every time.
Okay. Motherfuckers you don't trust. All right, here's the bathroom. This is the living room. I don't need to see you in any other motherfucking room. Point blank. Period.
Right, yeah.
I don't even care if you're hungry. Don't worry about where the kitchen is.
Yeah.
Bathroom, living room. That's all you need to know.
I'll bring you
all
a bowl
your
of
rooms.
chips.
You got 8 steps in this whole place. 4 up to the bathroom, 4 back. Nowhere else. All right, 4 from the couch to the door. Nowhere else.
I like hardwood, but I got carpet so I can see your footprints. Now stay your ass in the living room.
That's what I'm
Make
talking
me catch
about.
you in any other room in this house.
Oh, it's
Them hands is flying just like that.
That's great.
But dude, that's hilarious. I wish I'd have thought of that. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the tours were interesting because I was like, given the same tour, you can't give the same speech every time because it gets boring as heck.
Right.
And I made my nephew give a couple tours, so he was just like rambling, telling people whatever he wanted about the rooms. He was like, my room, this room, that room,
Yeah.
another room. But
great.
he tried, and that was hilarious. Let me see, what else was there? I cooked all the food.
Nice.
I did have some help. What was it? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. I know that's a terrible, it might be a problematic phrase, but
In the kitchen?
yeah, in the whole place. Like, definitely in the kitchen, but in the whole house.
Why'd you just say too many cooks?
Oh, that would work too. I forgot about that one. I always forget about that one.
Because all of them weren't cooking. That was the thing.
They're just standing around.
They weren't all cooking.
Yelling orders. They're just standing around
So-
getting their Gordon Ramsay on, just yelling bullshit in the background.
So I think some people thought I was mad at them during the day. Throughout the last, like yesterday, and maybe a little bit of the day before, what had happened was, leading up to this housewarming, members of the family trying to help out the best way they know how. Plus, they also have more experience doing these type of things.
Right.
They were giving me great information, things like that, tips. But everyone kept telling me, this is your thing. We're here to help. But then in those, like, the next breath would be like, but do this. You're going to do this, this, and this.
Yeah. That's a diversionary tactic.
Now, for most people who have met me, I'm not a yes man.
Right.
I'm just not. Like, if it don't make sense, I'm not rolling with it.
Right.
I don't like when people try to tell me what I'm going to do in my own domain.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And then go tell another person to convolute the whole thing. So it was like several times people were asking me like what the menu was. I told them the exact same story. And I realized they went and told each other. Like, one of them would give a tip, and then I was like, "Ooh, that's interesting. Well, check into that. We can check into that too. Checking off all my options."
Right.
And then they would tell the other person, be like, "Well, they don't know what they're doing. Blah blah blah. Now they're talking about this." So I stopped telling them both stuff. Like, I completely just stopped. Like, no.
You gotta start feeding them different information just to fuck them up.
Oh.
Just to trip them up.
Like it was like little stuff like that. It was like everybody kept telling me, I'm like, this is my place. I want it a certain way. Nope, you're gonna clean that off. You're gonna do this, this, and this. I was like, no, you're not telling me it's my place and telling me what to do.
You're
at
doing
the same
chores during your housewarming?
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
This was beforehand. When the housewarming happened, after the
okay.
food was done, all I did was host. Like,
That's good.
I was just a host. One of my aunts was doing a lot of the games, so I just came in, mingled with everybody, talked to everybody. I was just basically just working the crowd. So I'm working the all the people that came.
Yeah.
So it was a really good time, but hectic as hell beforehand. Like, I got woke up at 7:30 and I was doing chores basically up until 2. And then the last person left at like 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Man. Ooh. Woof.
So that was my life. That was my life in a weekend. Work, cool.
Yep.
Life, cool. I got no updates for anything else. Yeah.
Word.
Oh, no. No, I'll talk about that in the end. All right.
Okay.
So, Gary, you've heard enough about me. How you been doing, man?
Been good. Can't complain too much. Kind of took it upon myself to delve deeper into all the movies and stuff from the Oscars, specifically the documentary category, that I hadn't seen. And I watched Icarus.
How did you go about? Well,
Netflix.
is this? Are we? Oh, okay. I was
Netflix.
about to say, are we
Netflix.
allowed to say this on the air?
No. Yeah, no.
You got it.
No. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, Icarus is on Netflix, and then I also watched, which is not an Oscar, but it's one I meant to get to before. But the Jim Carrey, Andy Kaufman documentary, The Great Beyond. Both of them amazing, especially the Icarus one, because it's just like it's one of those things where like there was this constant like perfect build up throughout the whole documentary, just showing you like what's been going on with the doping situation in Russia, literally since the 60s probably.
Wow.
And then in the end, they still get led into the Rio Olympics because I was just sitting there watching it, and I was thinking to myself, well, of course they did. Because how do you ban a whole... imagine the revenue loss by banning a whole country.
Yeah.
But especially a major country.
That is
and be like
usually
that whole
depicted
country.
as the bad guy,
Yeah, exactly. And being like...
with the exception of America.
Well,
but,
yeah, that's true. But basically being like, this whole country's banned, and then you lose the viewership of that entire country.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was one of those things where I was surprised, but at the same time wasn't surprised. But the movie's excellent. It's very well done. Very well put together. The central character, this lab director that was pretty much in the loop with Putin and their sports minister during the whole doping scandal throughout the years. It was great.
Money make the world go round.
Yeah, exactly. And then Andy Kaufman and the Jim Carrey documentary about him playing Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon is so good. And one of the thoughts I had today when I was finishing it up is, I don't know if you've been keeping up with like the way, I guess just the way Jim Carrey has been the past, like, I guess few years, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's been amazing to see. We grew up, like, Jim Carrey is one of those characters, one of those comedians, one of those actors that we grew up watching his movies.
Ace Ventura, Living Color, and
And we've gotten a very specific Jim Carrey our entire lives. So it's very interesting now in his older age to get a different kind of version of him where he's very self-aware, very philosophical in a way, but he's still funny.
yeah.
But it's a little bit drier. And I
almost
really
a little,
like the way it is.
Kind of also like nihilistic a little bit.
He is.
Kind of like
he definitely is.
Nothing even matters anymore.
Yeah, he's just kind of like, it's whatever, fuck it. But
Hey, he gets off at depressing. Like his tone could be so like
Yeah.
real depressing. Like there's nothing behind it. Like this is the void.
like, this is it. I've
Yeah.
seen it all. This is it. And but seeing it tied in, you can see that like a lot of kind of it perfectly tied into him when he talks about playing Andy Kaufman and going through that pretty much complete character immersion that we normally don't get to see. We hear about a lot. Like, we heard about like how Heath Ledger was when he was playing the Joker. We heard about how it's funny because it's the Joker again. We heard about how Jared Leto was when he was playing the Joker. We hear about a lot of these actors, like how when they really get into the character, they become that person for the period of time. And then they have to have like the gestation period afterwards where they just kind of decompress and just go away in order to basically feel back into their own skin, their own actual self. So it's pretty cool to see him like talk about how he like playing Andy Kaufman and basically just deciding, yeah, I'm just going to full on become Andy Kaufman, and how spot on it was, how like Andy Kaufman's family embraced him like he was Andy Kaufman and he was pulling it off. And then one of the things, kind of surprising things that I didn't know about as much is I didn't know about the whole Jerry Lawler feud with Andy Kaufman that they had coming up for like years during the 80s.
Prior to the movie, or
No, this was like when Andy was still alive.
No, I'm talking about prior to. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're
Yeah,
gonna explain it.
No, okay, that because there's kind of a two parts to this, quote unquote. I mean, really, the feud part was more on Jim's side, playing Andy than Andy, because that's one of the things that Jerry Lawler kept talking about in the documentary was when he dealt with Andy, it was always kind of like a mutual understanding. They're like, yeah, we screw with each other. He screws with me. He calls me names. I slap him around, whatever. It kind of goes back and forth, just tumbles on itself. But Carrey was kind of pushing it to another level and really pissing Jerry off. So, one, it was awesome to see that, funny, and then also to see, because you don't think about it, even growing up watching wrestling, like, you forget Jerry was a fucking, like, beast, like, wrestler. Like, you just think about him as the announcer. So seeing
And
him
dirty.
still, yeah, right. Yeah, still seeing him, like, in his wrestling prime mode was cool to see and just kind of learn about how his relationship was with Andy, and then with this documentary, like, how his relationship was with Jim Andy. But, Yeah, it's excellent. If you get a chance to check it out, definitely watch it. Other than that, I haven't watched anything else. Just been playing Mon still. Always Monster hunting.
It was like Digimon?
Yeah, I know, right? Still Monster hunting. Yeah, no, Digimon, I like that.
But if you got Pokemon on your brain.
Right, yeah. I was trying to think there was anything else. Oh, new Smash Bros. Got revealed. Me and Brent kind of talked about that earlier this week.
Can I say?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm buying a Switch for this Smash Brothers.
This is the game I remember when I first got mine. This was the thing that you had said that you were like, I'm waiting for Smash Brothers, and then they finally reveal it. I'm just waiting to see what we get as far as like other characters.
No.
What are the guest characters? And I'm getting it regardless, like without question.
There's two things that would make me buy a Switch: this Smash Brothers, potential this Smash Brothers, and a Metal Gear Solid game.
That'd be cool.
Right, those two. I don't care about Legend of Zelda. I don't really care about Link.
Right.
I don't care about Zelda.
Right.
Both of them can die. Mario's good, but I played Mario 10,000 times.
Yeah.
Apparently, Mario Odyssey is amazing. My nephew wouldn't let me play it this weekend. But
that's
here nor there.
That's your judge. That's your judgment that it's amazing. He wouldn't let you touch it.
Yeah, he wouldn't let me play. I could play Splatoon.
Yeah.
But I couldn't play that.
It's good. Yeah. Very nice.
I'm also Bowser on his game.
Okay, got you. But no, it's I'm excited about it. It looks good, and other than that, there's a shit ton of games coming down the pike that I'm excited about. And lastly, looks like I'm gonna be going to Atlanta on Tuesday.
For what?
Can
we talk about that?
Yeah. I'm gonna be going down there to follow them boys, Calipari and them boys.
Oh, it's like them franchise boys for a second.
Look, I was like, for real? Snap?
I like that too. No, but
oh shit!
Because UK is going to Sweet 16 down in Atlanta, so I got to go down there to work that for the rest of the week, starting on Tuesday. So yeah.
Somebody do me a favor. If anybody's in the Lexington area, let me know how much them tickets are for Lady Cards. Apparently they're supposed to be playing in Rupp this weekend coming up.
Oh, is that the? Oh, okay, nice.
From here.
I
like to get some tickets. I need some tickets.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so that'll be fun. Leaving on Tuesday, and then other than that, same old same. So cool. With that being said, Webb, what's going on? How you doing, brother?
I'm chilling. If my stomach is beatboxing on the mic, I apologize there. And if you sit there and for y'all, the audience, if you see me reaching around for a chicken tender and a biscuit, then pardon me. Yeah. And hopefully that doesn't make any sound on the mic or nothing like that. So.
It was good. You couldn't hear it at all. I was listening for it just to mess with you.
Okay, so I kept backing up and everything too, just to make sure, while Brent was talking about it. And so I was showing around the house.
Crunch. You seriously like a bite of chicken.
I mean, that would have just gave flavor to the story, right? Yeah. They would have known what going up the steps felt like. Sounds like.
Oh.
Wait, did you have that plastic over it?
Right, you got the plastic over the steps?
No.
Okay,
I was about to say, it's like, you are way older than you are acting right now.
That's amazing.
I got an old soul.
Or you're acting way older than you are right now, is what I meant to say.
You know what I'm saying? I got an old soul, but it ain't that old.
Oh.
It ain't that old. Also, Box spring keeps the plastic on.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. I meant to say, shout out and thank you to the guy that I saw when I was shooting downtown with Ryan the other night that recognized me from this.
From OafDiscussions?
Yeah.
What?
We went to high school with him, and he's friends with Dallas. Do you remember Dallas?
Yeah.
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 He's a friend of Dallas's. Yep. And he recognized me. He had heard Dallas said something about this, and then he saw it and then whatever. But he said hello to me.
That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Dallas and
I forgot his name.
It wasn't Alex, was it?
Skinny guy?
No, he's kind of good.
No. This guy's skinny. Skinny, kind of probably about my height. Well, if you saw him, you probably would recognize. He definitely went to school with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will have to.
Yeah.
So if you listen to this episode, just go ahead and write in the Facebook group and just say what's up. All right, we want to give you a proper shout out.
Yeah,
all right,
definitely.
But shout out to you, sir. Keep being great.
But yeah,
and if you're not great, do better.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. Webb, everything going okay?
Everything's going good. I didn't really do a whole lot this week. I just mostly been focusing on fitness and junk around the house.
Yo.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing spring cleaning. Trying to also do spring cleaning of the body too. Trying to doing more stuff like fasting, different workouts, and going from there. I bought a sound cancellation thing for the microphone that I have at home.
Oh, nice.
So I'm trying to remove any and all excuses going forward from there. Now I just need to actually straight up do something about it.
Now I thought about this. It's kind of like inside baseball thing, I guess, show meeting kind of thing. But I thought about doing this because I've been trying to do the same thing as far as like getting back into like running every day and everything. But I think it would be cool if we could come up with some kind of like Oaf fitness kind of like thing where it's just like maybe like a thing of like just kind of like you just share your progress. Hashtag at Oaf Fitness. Share your progress. What's your goal? What's your goal? We'll like share our progress, kind of share like diet, like ideas, workout ideas, that kind of thing. Because I mean, the thing is, me and Brent especially do that already. He's constantly sending me stuff. So I might as well send it with the rest of the community and everything. And if you're somebody that's trying to either get in shape or you are in shape and you have good like ways that you got in shape or that you stay in shape, it'd be cool to share it with everybody.
You know the crazy part? Shayna's been wanting to do the cooking part for months now, and I think after
the baby,
the baby is here.
Yeah.
That I mean, I'm with it. I'm 100% with it. But I know she's gonna be down for just the cooking. You know what I'm saying? If nothing else, the cooking part. And she's all into healthy living and all that. Kind of like you, Webb. It sounds like you and her kind of maybe on similar paths in some ways.
That makes sense, yeah. Because I just feel like, I mean, obviously we're going to talk about the stuff that we love as far as like shows and comics and video games and all that good stuff, but might as well share the health side of things too.
Here's what I thought you were asking. Like we were going to do our own insanity, like Oaf insanity or something like that, or P90 Oaf. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought you was going that
P90 Oaf sounds kind of good. That rolls off the tongue kind of well.
You know what I'm saying?
Just call it ignorant.
Ignorant
instead of what's the name, just call it ignorant.
That's what it is. It's
right, yeah.
So I thought you were talking about that, and we were gonna literally like do full sets and like you know what I'm saying, like do
taping the workouts and shit.
Because
I wasn't gonna take it that far quite yet.
I don't know if everybody knows it, but you do video record some of your workout sessions.
Right.
Oh yeah. People know that.
Process, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You do record your workout, some of your parts of your workout session. Yeah. And I was thinking, I was like, that could legit be like that could be a thing. Like everybody do, we pick a
it's like a check-in. Yeah, like a check-in thing. Like do like fucking whatever, 100 sit-ups and post it and hashtag Oaf fucking fitness.
I tell you what, I would do a challenge with y'all if we made it amongst ourselves. That if we set up like whatever the challenge is or whatever, one of the days or so many days out the week, we'll do like I'll record it, do the workout, whatever it is. So if it's like 50 push-ups, do those or sit-ups, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'd be down with that.
If anybody's down for the challenge. And I put that out to the community too.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, inside baseball, but yeah, if you guys want to, we'll come up with something and figure something out.
But I do got a question for Webb though.
Yep. What's up?
What is like since you've been, the work you've been doing, putting in the work and all that, is there a certain day of the week that you look forward to every week? And I'm talking like workout wise. And what is that workout?
I was about to say his day off.
Well, no, the thing is I'm actually trying to at least do something every day.
Okay.
So like I work out Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And that's the actual workout where I'm actually doing the lifting and all that good stuff.
Okay.
On the days off, I usually do 100 push-ups plus the day I don't work out, pull-ups. The day I do work out, 100 push-ups and something ab-related.
100
hours before.
Pull-ups?
Push-ups. 100 push-ups every day, regardless. Like, no matter what. No excuses.
Mixed in with it.
What's the thing of pull-ups? Like, how many of those? How's that work?
Well, what I'm trying to do is what I want to do is 50 pull-ups.
Okay.
And so I went to this website where it shows like a program to work yourself up to 50 pull-ups. So you do a test to see how many you can do. Depending on how many you can do, you're in that little bracket and you start training based on that bracket. And then you try it again to see how many you can do. and depending on your progress from that test again, then you go based off the bracket and go from
50
there.
pull-ups in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been able to do that in my life.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been able to do one.
I think the most I was able to do at like one point was maybe like 15 to 20, somewhere in there. Probably like good 15.
Like back in like
In basketball days.
Nah, that was
ROTC, PT
2-3
type
years
shit.
ago.
I used to be able to do something. But like, yeah, I'm slacking.
Yeah.
I got that life weight.
See,
now.
I've got it, and I know this is turning into a fucking fitness podcast, but it's fucking whatever. Screw it.
P90 Oaf, we in there.
P90 Oaf, I like that.
P90 Oaf.
My biggest thing is going to be transitioning into actual like weight training stuff, because right now I'm just doing cardio. I just do like 3.8 to 4 miles a day, Monday through Friday. And then I'm extremely like basically decreasing my caloric intake probably by I haven't even done the exact math, but I mean I'm pretty much like no soda, all that stuff, no eating out at all. The day starts with like post-workout shake, and then I take like a snack with me to work, but nothing else until like dinner, as far as like everything else during the day, because it used to be like lunch, nothing else in the middle of the day, and then eat at night. But now it's like shake, then like snacks as far as like fruit or maybe like yogurt during the day, and then maybe like eat dinner, which is usually just chicken. I completely wiped out pork and beef, which is sucks.
Yeah.
But
because that's usually the most versatile.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm chicken fish, that's it. Which makes a huge difference, obviously, on your calorie intake. But like I said, right now I'm just doing cardio, so it's going to be interesting to transition into weights, because I'm going to try to get everything here, because I just don't like going to the gym.
I might have a plan that you can do, or just like try. One could be weights, and the other one will be free, like no weights, where you could basically get, the same kind of workout, in a sense, just using your own body weight.
Yeah.
And that you can do in the meantime until like the real weights come in, stuff like that. And that'll be like your bicycle kicks, your crunches, your push-ups, your squats. Like you can do that with stuff around the house. Like if you got a backpack, a duffel bag, whatever, with some weight, that's 5, 10, 15 pounds.
Right.
Put that across your chest and, do squats with that. Or, there's different things that might have some ideas too, but like over the last like 3-4 years that I've learned to do or incorporated into workouts that you could do, like
yeah, absolutely,
at your leisure or every day, and work your way up until, because going weights cold turkey.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, because that's the thing.
It's like a mental thing, like
right. And my thing is, because now it's just like I'd say, I just run / like jog.
I think you'll cut more if you go to weights, though.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
Yeah.
My goal is just like dropping a lot, like like dropping like like my goal overall is to drop like 100 pounds. To get back down to like my old school like soccer weight, because with my height, that's going to be pretty damn slim. And then just over the course of time, when it starts to drop significantly, tone that to a point of where I want to be at.
Okay. That's, yeah.
I got you later.
Because I'm like 300. Probably 310. Roughly.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I drop like 100, that's going to put me like right at like 200.
I thought you were...
I thought you was...
I thought you were more like 220, 250 range?
No. See, my height is what helps that. If I was shorter, you would be able to tell more. And obviously everybody's different. Man, this is really turning into a fitness podcast.
Nah, man, let's roll. That's what we're here for. Let's chop
it. It's just like when you look at different people, like everybody's body type is different. I just happen to be, which in a way is lucky, but in a way, I guess, makes it easier for me to not worry about the weight like that was easy, easy crutch before because my weight is.
I thought he fell.
It sounded like you fell for 13 seconds.
Who, me?
Yeah, it's just like the mic was like,
My bad. I was moving around. Like this became a serious conversation. Like I was sitting up, got my good posture.
Okay.
But the thing
like,
is,
yeah, like
it sounded like
bad.
you fell and you were trying not to like cuss, but you were like wrestling the mic off you. Like the mic landed on you, you're like motherfucker, like you wanted to like cuss, but you're like, oh, God, just.
That's how I sound when I bench press.
Okay, that
Let's
works
keep
too.
going.
Yeah,
Let's keep going.
So, like for instance, and this is kind of like a crutch thing, at least for me, because my weight is evenly distributed, like through pretty much like because of my height, I don't look as big as far as like weight wise as I am. And if I was shorter, or if I had like my stomach was a lot bigger, like that kind of thing, then you would be able to tell a lot more on my weight. So it's easier for me to be like, that's not that bad. But then if I was to drop significantly, and then because it's already kind of like my weight is distributed evenly across my body, if I was to tone that, it would be a lot better.
You would look like a monster. Like I mean, not in like a bad way. Like you would not in a bad way, but like you would shred like 100-pound shred plus definition. Like you're gonna change whole body types. Like
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
in a sense,
that wrestling promoter that hit you up a couple years back will probably try to hit you up again.
Oh yeah. That's true.
True.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's my goal, is kind of get down to like that weight of being. It's funny because it's in my head. I kind of think about it as like getting to a weight / fitness level that is performance ready for a sport that I'm not training for. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if somebody wanted,
that's your
Well, in
motivation.
case you wanted to,
yeah, in a way, not even that.
I'm
even
not judging that. But I got something to say after when you finish. I got something to say on the motivation
or
part.
fit enough to save your life.
That's the big thing. Because here, I'll say this. Here's the big, because you're talking about like physically save your life, right?
Like to physically save your life. Like
Yeah.
you were about to fall off of something, or maybe you had to run from something, or
Right.
maybe you had to,
But here's the other part, and this is the more serious save your life part. A big motivation that I've kind of went back and forth to with, just in general, is what happened to my dad.
Oh.
Because my dad if you guys don't know, my dad had a stroke like 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
5 years ago. Yeah.
When did we perform when did we open for Cypress Hill on tour?
Wow.
Because it was
I gotta Google
it
that.
was literally that same weekend. It was the
I
day
remember
after we performed.
Okay.
He had the stroke.
Wow.
So anyways, my dad had a stroke. My dad
No, that was 5 years ago because I didn't come up there solo that night.
That makes sense. That's what I thought. I thought it was about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But so anyways, my dad worked out every morning, worked construction for years, and lifted weights, was in shape, and still had a stroke.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it is I'm fucked if I don't get in shape, because my grandfather had one, my dad had one out of nowhere. So I'm like, I've got to get like fucking like on trainer level fitness in order to just make sure I'm good. And then also I have a little girl too. So I'm like, I want to stick around so I can annoy her as long as possible.
That's parenting right there.
You feel me? I gotta be around to annoy her as long as I possibly can. So
I
that's
found
what I see
it. Thanks to Ticketfly.
Oh shit!
Cypress Hill with DJ War and Peace, Country Noise, and Jay Hatchett.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Tuesday, August 10th, 2010 at Buster's.
8
8 years ago? Wow.
God, that doesn't seem like it.
Wait, that was August? So that means I was graduating. That's December I graduated. Shit.
8 years. That's fucking bananas.
Yeah, and and the YouTube videos are up here from 2010. God,
That's crazy.
wow.
Like 3 years have escaped that I can't even remember. That's
the way I was. I've that means I've been saying 5 years for 3 years. Yeah. And it
But
just
I
seems
knew-
normal.
I didn't come alone. Like I was dating one of my ex at the time. Then, because I think we both came down there
Right.
for that show.
And see, my ex was pregnant with Anaya then.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
Whoa.
she's not. Is she? Wait, hold
She's
up.
7.
Yeah, okay.
So that would make sense if she was early on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to contribute this to Anaya's birthday age. Like,
Right. Yeah, that is a good way. Yeah, that is a good way.
Better.
But that's because since I had my dad's thing like way off, but that has been a big thing of trying to knowing that I need to get into shape. One, I mean, we're all about the same age. We're all around that 29, 28 range. We're pushing 30. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I was trying to avoid just coming out and saying it.
I made my stripes.
So we're all at that mid. You're either 30
Don't
to
give
me.
me my midlife.
No. I wouldn't even want to do that. 30,
Okay.
30 to me for our generation is not midlife crisis type thing.
No.
It's more of shit or get off the pot type thing. So if you've been a type of person that's either been out of shape, been like either smoking or anything, or like drinking excessively like all your life, this is that point where you're like, fuck that, I need to get my shit together because I'm going to fucking drop dead by like 50.
Like, now or never, because otherwise,
So-
if you're not reaching that point,
Yeah.
if you're not reaching that point mentally, you're not going to sit there and change. It's
Exactly.
like just kind of like a old dog, new tricks type of deal.
Right, exactly.
Which is kind of crazy how we're talking about this, and this kind of coincides with something that we forgot to mention previously before we get started with topics.
Okay.
We may come back to this and go from there, but
Yeah, that works.
before we get started with topics, rest in peace to Craig Mack and Stephen Hawking, who died this
know.
previous week.
Two greats in completely different ways. Flavor in Your Ear is like one of the best.
So yes, Craig Mack was the first one on my radar as far as passing, and he passed.
Want to grab my dick? Too lazy. Hold it.
March
for me.
12th, 2018, at the age of 47.
Right.
So that's
Which I was like, what the fuck happened to Craig Mack?
it was from heart failure, from what I
heart
remember
failure.
reading.
Yep.
And,
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like another bit about, taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
First and foremost, rest in peace to Craig Mack. I can't pretend
R.I.P.
that he had a huge effect on my life as far as music goes, but you can't deny as far as Flavor in Your Ear, that being the first single
That
from
song.
like Bad Boy, and just kind of like also opening the door for Bad Boy, with especially with Big making his presence known on that remix.
Yeah.
And
fucking bust a verse.
I ran into somebody that didn't know what that song was. Like, I was like,
Did you play it
Craig,
immediately?
yo, no, I wouldn't even give them that. I did like the whole beginning, and they were just looking at me like, what is that?
Yeah.
You don't know Flavor in Your Ear?
Hold it. For
It was
me.
like,
Street
what?
Reap.
What?
God, it's
I instantly wanted to just get up and go to the bathroom. Like, you know what? You're not about to mess up my day.
right.
shit this conversation.
right. I'm like, yeah,
Shit
like-
this conversation
I'm
out of my memory.
gonna evacuate this
I
conversation.
shouldn't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I shouldn't be like that because everybody
funny, though.
gets introduced to music at their own pace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's understandable. But it was like, for me in my head, I was like, that's like an essential song. Like, if you listen to Bad Boy, like, you've heard it somewhere.
You've
You know
heard
what I'm
that.
saying?
You've heard that intro, even if it's from the Warriors or from that song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, you've heard it some way, shape, or form, or the context of it. Nope.
Every
Okay.
MC on that song is extremely different, and they all killed it in their lane perfectly. Because I remember, like, everybody doesn't even really talk about LL's verse.
Oh wow.
Like, and he killed it, but it was an LL verse. Big killed it. It was a big verse.
Niggas is mad. I get more butts than ashtrays.
Oh my god, that was so stupid. And then Busta's verse, like, God, man,
Hey, flavor in your ear.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh my
L
goodness.
came with the he sheet.
Delicious.
Blotitious, skeevy, delicious. I was like, oh my god,
Let's see.
You're gonna make me play it. You're gonna
so
make me play
good.
it.
No, don't play it. Don't play it. Don't play it.
I'm
We'll do it
trying
at the
to-
beginning.
We'll do it at the beginning. Yeah,
But Stephen Hawking.
yeah, and then Stephen Hawking.
2 days later,
Yep.
on Pi Day,
Yeah, I mean,
that's wild.
went out
At the age of 76. So he had, for him to have that disease, what was it? Lou Gehrig's? Hold on.
God, I forgot what the heck.
I'm trying to remember it now. Okay, it was like a form of ALS. So
Yeah.
or Lou Gehrig's disease. So
Yeah.
yeah, for him to have that for as long as he did,
Yeah, he had it for a while.
that's just
It's crazy. He was how old? Do you remember?
76.
76.
Yeah.
Dang.
And one of the it's funny because, like, obviously he had like his achievements and contributions to science and technology overall, and then The one thing I remember him for is just being one of the voices that's screaming like, this AI shit's gonna fucking kill us. Like that was kind of like one of his one of his points he was making a lot, like near the end was like, look, AI's good, but don't go too far or you guys are gonna be fucking dealing with some.
He also had a theory about like alien life, and that just kind of assumed that as soon as we found out about alien life, that they would sit there and try to, well, for lack of better words, treat us like white people treat people of color.
Well, yeah, it's like a
colonization,
because it's like
kind of subjugation, and et cetera, which was kind of, well, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It was kind of funny that would be the assumption made just off of our previous, or like just off of humanity's previous experiences,
right?
And it kind of being weird as far as like kind of like a very pessimistic view from someone who's been able to, or who's in the condition that he's in too,
right?
To have fought for like his life, like almost
against
like for decades,
yeah.
And I don't know, it was just so weird. It was like, damn, like for you to just immediately jump to that. But go ahead.
It's kind of one of those It's part of one of the theories as far as with the existence or possible existence of life outside of Earth. It's either the thing of we haven't seen it yet because they don't want us to know. We haven't seen it yet because it's not as advanced as we are, and we're kind of like the outlier. Or on the other side, we haven't seen it yet because they're so advanced that they're not even physically what we're looking for. Yeah. Like they're not like us, like
and plus,
things
the universe
that walk around.
So fucking big.
Yeah, we're talking about aliens still.
Yeah,
I think aliens exist, and I think aliens have been here for sure. Like,
I think we've had some kind of, it's one of those interesting things where it's like, I was having this conversation because my parents love that shit. Like, love it. I mean, every time any documentary on the History Channel or anything, they're watching it. Discovery Channel, they're watching every single one of them. Right. And one of the things I just like said to them, I was like, could you imagine if we are it in the universe? That's fucking really boring.
That's literally my thought. I'm like, you're telling me this vast universe in all its infancy and all its infiniteness, and all the possible combinations and ways the universe creates and destroys at the same time, right? You're telling me that we're the only perfect, quote unquote, I'm doing my air quotes again,
right?
Perfect moment.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. And you're telling me other life can't survive in different places? Like you're telling me Darwinism wouldn't work based on other cellular levels of creatures?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it doesn't make sense to me.
Right. Like, and it's one of those things like the thing that I always find interesting too that you see with like certain scientists is like some scientists are like, we need to just start like I love the argument too. It's like we need to just start like broadcasting, like just shooting shit into space.
No.
And then other scientists are like, don't you no, because if they see it, like the thing is they're gonna see it and they're like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Here's the thing.
Like it's like a Debo situation.
It's kind of looking for a fight.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like looking for like
you
think you're the baddest
come and
dude
snatch
in the room.
The chain. Yeah, you just snatch his chain off. My grandma gave me that chain. He's running off to the car. You're gonna cry in the spaceship.
Right. Us broadcasting is basically now who else want to fuck with Hollywood Cole?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's basically like don't act out. It's the same thought process as don't go flexing through the hood if you're not from there type situation. Like don't come through in a brand new car with your chains on and shit if you don't know niggas in that hood because you're gonna get robbed. So don't just start like broadcasting your signal like, hey everybody, and then the aliens gonna be like,
Sector 74B is like, nice watch, run it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Dance, shake now. Have y'all seen the articles? I want to say I might have seen like a news clip, maybe in the last couple months, that they're saying like the Pentagon is now finally like releasing photo stories of alien UFO encounters, are the pilots who were like chasing in the
the fighters,
fighter jets. In the fighter jets, they were chasing a object, and it did like maneuvers that wasn't possible for current. Well, they said it wasn't possible current. Their fighter jets, stuff like that, and they were like pilots like really chasing something, trying to shoot it down.
Yeah, it's probably either Stark or Wakanda Tech, whichever it is.
Right? Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Yeah, I like that Stark or Wakanda.
If it was Stark, it would have got shot down. So I'll go with Wakanda out of way.
No, if it was
I
Stark, he
feel like
would
that's
have
a
been bragging
bias.
about it.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have shut up about it if it was Stark.
I shook him. I shook them all.
Now,
How
Juke
do you
move,
break
juke
a
move.
plane's ankles? I did that.
Right.
Yo,
I did that. Yeah.
thank you.
Right.
Did y'all see that link I put in the chat in
The
the group
Powerade
chat?
commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the
it was
angles.
on during the tournament.
That's so funny.
I saw that yesterday. That was
was
hilarious.
That made my day. I don't know if we can get it in the description at the end, but Powerade commercial. Just look for ankles,
Yeah. That's all you
and
need to
all
put
the
in.
ankles getting broke.
You should be able to find it easily. Now, the thing that I was going to kind of piggyback off because I've been wanting to talk about this like since I saw you retweet it. Because I had to go on a research spree, of course. Now, this kind of ties into what we just talked about just because we brought up. I mean, it doesn't really tie into it. Literally, it's just we just mentioned Marvel characters and then I'm mentioning other Marvel stuff.
There was a lot of retweeting. I was like, what was retweeting?
So I don't know if you remember this, what Webb retweeted, and I know you'll remember as soon as I say it. Okay. But of course, they released the Entertainment Weekly's been doing it's like movie preview spread, which is usually when we get a big dump of a bunch of like promotional images and stuff from, especially from our superhero movies. We get to see everybody in costume, kind of thing. And the big thing that everybody's been talking about is where the fuck is Hawkeye? In the new trailer and in just in that kind of thing in general. So that thing that you retweeted
Was fan art.
Oh, it was.
It was fan art.
Fucking damn it!
Shout out to @BossLogic
Fucking damn it!
on Twitter. I don't know his IG. I follow him on there too, but on Twitter it's BossLogic. So follow him and check out any and all of his fan art.
Now realize he went down the wrong rabbit hole.
It's
but it technically was
it's
the
that
right
damn
rabbit
dope.
hole.
Like his work is that damn dope, where it
damn
looks
it.
very convincing.
It was perfect.
and
I was just, but the thing was, I was
he made
partially
another poster too, where everybody was like, "Well, where's Hawkeye on the Infinity War poster?" And then he was like, "I got y'all, don't worry." And he pretty much made the Infinity War poster, but replaced every single person with Hawkeye.
That's funny.
And it looks perfectly. And it's not a copy of each. Like every
Yeah.
picture is a different picture. It's not like they
It's a
just
different Hawkeye?
or it's the same Hawkeye. It's same.
But I'm
It's still
saying-
Jeremy Renner.
Okay, and yeah, no, I'm
But
saying
they made
it's
it to
like-
where it's like it's every single picture is not like a copy and paste. It looks like an actual different
Like it's
picture
done.
each
Okay.
time.
That's badass.
And so that was dope.
The other funny one that I saw was they were like, everybody was like, "Where's Hawkeye?" And then they were like, "Oh, they probably just haven't shown us the back of when this poster folds out." And it was just like the poster folded the bottom. It was just like the
a
whole
huge
bottom
head of Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. Now that's so funny.
And they were
because-
also like, "Well, I don't see Ant-Man either." And it was like, "No, you just
Yeah.
got to zoom in real close." And
Right.
somebody just Photoshop a tiny little Ant-Man
Like standing on somebody.
right on Thanos' shoulder or
That's
something.
great. Now, the funny thing is with that picture, because I thought it was real, because initially I saw it and I was like, who the fuck is this? And then after that, I immediately got mad because I was like, why would they show this to us ahead of time? Because nobody's expecting this.
Yeah.
Like, keep this under wraps. So then I went on to my research and I was like, hold on. I was like, who's this character? And then I looked up who all's been him, and it would work thematically perfectly. But I was like, motherfucker, I'm so mad it was fake. So mad it was fake.
I mean, it might happen. I have my doubts, but who's to say? I mean, the fact is, we're just going to go ahead and get into the Infinity War talk, obviously.
Yeah, might as well.
With that said, also it showed picture, or in that poster, it showed, how the credits, like executive producer, starring, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. So Idris Elba is going to be in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage
I saw that, yeah.
is going to be in
I
Infinity
saw
War.
that. Yep.
In what capacity? He might be a voiceover, now that I think about it.
I didn't think about that.
He might be
That's
one
true.
of the characters from the Black Order, which is Thanos' crew.
But but didn't he played didn't he play the scientist in X-Men?
But Bolivar Trask, that was,
But
I mean, that was X-Men though.
But I get, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was confused about that when I saw the Peter Dinklage one. I was like, well, what? But the voiceover thing makes sense,
Yeah, and I mean, it got Bradley Cooper. He's obviously playing voice for Rocket Raccoon.
right? Yeah, exactly.
So with this trailer, thoughts, opinions, guesstimations.
I think it looks good. It's one of those things where it's awesome to see. It's the whole these are the like literally what I used to do as a kid, where it was like taking all your random action figures and just slamming them together and stuff. I'm like, oh, look, it's Iron Man's talking to fucking Gamora. Like, it's just like shit like that, and like seeing it like actually happening, like seeing Star-Lord give Tony Stark shit, like that's perfect. Like stuff like that, like seeing Doctor Strange like trying to like basically like hold the line in front of like Iron Man and everybody, like, and then like seeing like the whole Wakanda thing with like Cap and Hulk and Hulkbuster and all that stuff, like doing their shit in Wakanda, like trying to help protect Wakanda, like seeing that kind of thing. It just worked. I liked every little layer of that, just the way it kind of set that up. And it was, I mean, there was funny parts in there. There was a lot of action. There was the Spider-Man thing I thought was funny with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, we're using our fake names. He said, oh, okay, well, never mind. I am Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, which is kind of like any opportunity they can use to make fun of Doctor Strange's name, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
from the first movie where he was talking to Caecilius and he was going like, what did he sit there say? It was like, you can't stop us, Mr. Blah blah blah. And or Mr. Doc. It was like, well,
Mr. Doctor Strange?
Mr. Doc or Mr. Doctor or something.
I think it was
He's
Mr. Doctor
It's
Strange.
Doctor.
Yeah.
It's strange. I mean, who am I to judge? And I was like,
yeah, it's like, yeah.
Fine, all right.
Yeah, it's like it works.
Fine, whatever.
Josh Brolin as Thanos is like perfect. Like that voice fits like perfectly into that character, especially the way Thanos is kind of like carrying himself, is just like move, slap, get out of the way, give me that. Like that's basically what he's just doing. He's just walking through like.
And for him, yeah. Oh well, hold on. Let me get to that in a minute. I was not expecting flashbacks for Thanos and Gamora.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that too.
Overall, for my opinion with the trailer is that, with the exception of those two funny bits with Star-Lord and Tony, and then Doctor Strange with Spider-Man, with the exception of those two funny ass bits, this looks dire as hell.
Yeah, it does.
Everything shit is hitting the fan.
Yeah, everybody's getting their ass kicked, and
In which they should.
right. Yeah, I mean. Like this is a power that that's the thing that I like to like look at like a lot now, and especially now that the Marvel universe is pretty much completely expanded out, is looking at each hero and trying to put myself in their shoes in a way of, okay, you've dealt with this, but did you ever think you would deal with this big purple motherfucker? Like, I always think about that now and like look at each like character's kind of what they've been through and be like, but did you ever see this shit coming? And that's kind of like what's going to be interesting to see how each character handles it. Because in some ways, you've got like Cap and pretty much the main Avenger set. They've kind of dealt with this shit. Thor kind of has. I don't think anything's really going to
probably the more experience,
right? Yeah. Then the other, like the Guardians, they kind of seen some shit,
and they know of Thanos,
right? Yeah. Strange. I can't really see anything surprising Strange really, but I guess seeing that much power from Thanos. But then you've got like Spider-Man, like young kid, like teenager, like what the fuck? Like I can't do anything to that, even if he's got his Iron Spider suit. Like still. Like, we're talking about some serious... And then, of course, like, Ant-Man. Like, seeing him, like, deal with it. Like, that kind of stuff.
Was he?
What? In there?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be.
Okay.
He's supposed to be. But I don't know when he comes into it. That's going to be the interesting thing.
Which is even more interesting because Ant-Man and Wasp comes out much later this year. So.
Yeah.
So we know...
I'm actually looking forward to that.
It does. It looks good.
I'm looking forward to
compared
it.
to the first one. I don't know. They might surprise me again.
It seems like it holds the tone still, and then you still kind of have the. I like the whole goofy like thread of. With those powers comes the potential for really weird shit, like enlarging a giant Pez dispenser, or like when he packed up the office and just like rolled it away, like shit like that, like simple shit like
suitcase.
Yeah, just like simple shit like that. It's like, yeah, this is totally possible with his power set because he has the power to make anything either fucking huge or small. Like, so you can do dumb shit. You can weaponize an M&M if you want to, like stupid shit. So I like the fact that they're doing that, and then that ties into the fact that it has a very clear comedic thread throughout it and everything too.
Yeah, and I think that's the universe needs. Like a lot of the movies are kind of like everything is dire,
or you don't want it, or everybody's kind of like been through some shit, so everybody's like kind of trying to like focus and keep themselves like serious. But then you've got like Spider-Man does like some goofy shit, or then Ant-Man does like some goofy shit.
Spider-Man's different.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're talking
And
about
Ant-Man,
age. Yeah, we're talking about like him being like so, like he's the kid, but then Ant-Man just doesn't take anything that seriously.
Well, no, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Like most character, well, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of the films, everything is like dire. Like the tone is always like dire, life or death. Like these are like yes, most situations are still life and death for somebody or
you're saying
somebody, but you have like Spider-Man as a little bit more comedic or like lightheartedness. Mm-hmm. You have, I mean, outside of Uncle Ben dying,
right? Yeah, of course.
Or none of Spider-Man's girlfriends have died in any of the movies, correct?
Not in the. If we're starting with the new ones, then no. But then, of course, the old ones, then yes.
Like Amazing Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy died like she did in the comics.
Yeah.
But as far as Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, no,
not yet.
Okay.
Amazing Spider-Man, yes. But this
Okay.
MCU Spider-Man, nothing has happened just yet.
Yeah, not yet.
All right. So, I mean, outside of like a situation like that, then you have Ant-Man, which is like more. I think Ant-Man's a good intro into like your quote unquote Marvel like superhero kind of like movies. For people who are like not who are just like against, like people are like, I don't do superheroes of any kind. And I think that's a good intro movie because it's both comedic and it's told. I thought it was told pretty well. Like you get what's going on, you can follow. It has action, it has jokes, laughter, and then you can branch out.
I think that works too and I'll let you go ahead after that. I was just going to say, I think that works too on an actor level too, because think about the stuff that like Paul Rudd's been in. And if you're first, like you said, if you're not a comic book person, if you're like, hey, watch this comic book movie, and they're like, I don't know, like, well, it's got Paul Rudd, like, oh, I love Paul Rudd, and name any other fucking comedy over the past like decade, and that'd be interesting. Like, I think there's definitely some weight behind what you're saying, Brent, as far as like that having, being like, hey, here's it's a comic book movie, but there's some lighthearted, funny shit that'll get you through, and you don't have to like your head won't explode from the amount of information of characters.
Or you don't feel like you're missing a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With
like,
the exception of sequels, like honestly, there's plenty of MCU movies that are good introductions to the franchise.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The very first one, obviously, is the very first Iron Man.
Yeah, it was a good one.
That was a good one. I believe Black
into
Panther,
the like superhero franchise.
Introduction to the MCU.
Yeah, because you
okay.
Well, obviously, because it literally kicked off the MCU.
Yeah, I guess really.
But
okay.
with the exception, if you weren't wanting to see something 10 years old,
right? Yeah,
there's easily Black Panther as of this year. It didn't, since it's kind of its own thing.
Yeah,
there's only so much involved around it.
Yeah.
That you have to be, oh, well, you had to have seen this in order to understand it. But
right.
No. And a lot of people, obviously, as far as minorities, like joining in and watching Black Panther, simply for the fact it's like, hey, it's a black superhero.
Right.
Oh, there's more to this than this.
Exactly. It's like I said, I had that conversation with my mom, this is the first Marvel movie she's ever seen. Yeah. Because of the themes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I had the conversation with him, like. Would you be interested in seeing the other movies? Because yes, he's going to carry over into the other movies, and there are going to be sequels to the Black Panther movie itself. But then I was like, also, it's going to be interesting. I was saying to her, it's going to be interesting to see if there are more people that are in that same boat of this is the first one they're seeing, and they're like, oh, by the way, like I had the example because I saw so many like full families at Black Panther where it's like, oh, grandma, you liked Black Panther. Well, he's going to be in like in these other movies too, and then there's going to be a sequel, and I'm like, oh, I might have to check that out, like kind of moving forward from here.
Another good introduction movie, the very first Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah,
I like that. Just because it's a lot as far as like a sci-fi movie, like there's a lot of, it's a sensory a lot, but I think the way they did it as far as like the way the story's told, the comedy, and especially the music
and the fact that these are some relatively just straight up unknown characters to the mainstream.
Yeah,
and
I didn't even
the
think
fact
of Guardians of the Galaxy.
and the way that they were able to just the way that they were able to make you fall in love with some characters you didn't know shit about.
Yeah.
So those are the three I can think of. Ant-Man might be a good introduction movie. Unfortunately, like the better movies like Winter Soldier or Civil War or Ragnarok.
Winter Soldier would be kind of heavy.
Yeah, like these are kind of
Ragnarok's
like,
is kind of
like,
deep.
these are kind of
Ragnarok
like you
was
have
the
to kind
last
of
one,
know
right?
what you. Yes, Ragnarok was the third Thor movie, but yeah, a lot of those like those are really good movies.
Oh yeah,
but you kind of got to know what you're getting into before you jump into those movies.
Like
so,
you're kind of deep in the whale at that point with those movies.
Yeah.
Thematically.
So yeah,
and
those.
characters.
Honorable for me. Honorable mention maybe Ant-Man, but those
fair.
three that I mentioned, like Iron Man, Black Panther, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, would definitely be the best movies to introduce somebody to for MCU.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to think
Do
of
y'all
anything
want to
else.
speculate who is going to die in Infinity War, or do y'all want to hold off on the emotions until?
Well,
I'm hoping Iron Man.
Hoping Iron Man.
Yep. I'm hoping Iron Man.
okay.
Captain America.
Hoping or expecting, because these are kind of two different.
Yeah, which one are you
'Cause when you're
hoping?
saying
And which one-
hoping,
hoping
it's like-
could just be like you just don't like that motherfucker.
I'm rooting for them to die, but I really think Captain America is going to die. I'm expecting Captain America to die. I'm actually expecting Iron Man to somehow face like a debilitating state, like where he has to retire in some way, shape, or
That's
form.
funny you
from
mentioned
being
that.
here.
Yeah.
That's funny you mentioned that. There's a fan theory about like there was this video that was that they were talking about MCU having continuity or strong continuity, and from the very first Iron Man movie when Iron Man got hit by that tank and fell down, and right before he hit that tank missile and did the walk away, whatever.
Yeah.
When he fell, he had got hit in the left shoulder.
Yeah.
And if you notice throughout the movies, he'll always be doing something with his left hand, whether it be checking on it, rubbing it, or it'll be shaking in certain scenes.
Yeah.
And
Didn't he have a cast on it? Didn't he have like a sling on it in the end of one of them?
in the end of one of those movies? Yeah, one of the Avengers movies.
Yeah,
if
that's
I'm
what I
not
was
mistaken.
thinking.
So yeah, it
Like
was,
after the shit was
so
over.
like the entire time, it's constantly something wrong with his left arm.
Yeah.
And for them to have kept up with that for a good 10 years,
That's good.
that's dope as hell. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna
Were you
say
still-
too.
I'm sorry, Brent. Were you still
Yeah.
speculating or?
We can go round robin this. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say too the shot that everybody keeps like looking at and kind of like poking fun at it as well too is the shot of Cap with Thanos just kind of like holding him back, like while he's
trying
to
to reach for him, and then like
and he's just like he's like pushing him down, but the look on Thanos' face is like, what the fuck is it? Like he looks like he just saw Ant-Man for the first time. That's what he looks like. He looks like he's like, I could squish this thing if I wanted to.
But it was kind of like
It's just a funny face.
It was like a surprised arrogance.
Yeah, it
about him.
is.
He was like he expected this to just be an easy little squash.
But he's like, I'm
then he was
actually
like,
kind of like having
oh,
to push.
look at you.
Right. That's exactly. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Like Cap was like actually Cap's kind of like he's holding my fist a little
Very
bit.
unprofessional. Turn your shit off,
I'm
man.
sorry.
But no, that made me think. The line that he said in the trailer is like, "I hope they remember you," and it makes you wonder who it is he's talking about because there's three different people that are four that are in dire situations. One, they obviously Captain America, who they held on for the end of the trailer. I didn't really see anything for Tony Stark with the exception of his armor being torn and him looking like, okay, like what am I going to do now?
Well, you saw his new set, right?
Yeah. As far as like his feet combining to add a thruster to it.
Yeah. The jet, but then there's the picture, the concept picture from the
okay.
the
Yeah,
Entertainment
with
Weekly
the spike.
piece.
Well, not
With
kind of spikes.
yeah. He looks like he's got like wings.
And let's see. So there was also Thor. He looks like he's not having a good time based on his head. And then
He's fucked.
Doctor
His face is fucked up.
He only got one eye.
He's only got one eye, but he did
Steady
he did the harness thing with his just like without the hammer, which looked dope.
He doesn't need the hammer anymore.
Right, exactly.
And then Doctor Strange with the it looked like glass going into his face slowly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that person.
I don't think Doctor Strange's gonna die.
I don't.
He's probably the one exempt.
No,
Especially since he has that time.
But he's got the
Infinity
time.
Stone.
Yeah, he's got the time stone. So he's got to get his ass kicked. He's got to come up off that stone at least.
What about Vision? Vision
is the one that kind of everybody's been expecting. Like, that'll be the first domino to fall, just because literally the stone's in his head. So in order to remove it, is either going to severely cripple him or most likely kill him.
I'm cool with either.
Which I could see him dying and then maybe Tony weaving him back into the AI, maybe, or he just dies. Or they might just leave him to die out of like a respect thing, because now he's like more than just a computer program. Like he's actually materialized. Yeah, right. Like he died. I don't know if we're gonna get more than one death in this first movie piece, or if we're gonna get it in like one.
That's part one. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not. But it's not even part 1, part 2 anymore. They changed it. Now it's just like 2 different names. Because they wanted to get away from that. Yeah, they had like a thing about that.
Okay, because then they make it seem like...
They didn't want it to seem like it was like literally just a long-ass
like
movie split into two. Yeah, they wanted to be like, these are clearly 2 different pieces. And apparently the first piece is supposed to be... Everything that I've been hearing is that it's supposed to be like reminiscent of like a heist movie. Like along the lines like some... Like a... like any old like heist movie, like Italian Job or something like that. Like which I think is probably what's going to happen is Thanos is going to pop up, beat the fuck out of him, get all the stones, and then they're going to have to be like, we got to get that shit back from him.
Guardians of the Galaxy Inner.
Right. Then we'll start seeing like people pop up.
Yeah.
And then that's when we'll start to get these crossovers. Because there was that distinct moment where he said that to Tony. He said, that's a bad plan. Like, where he was like,
that's a good plan.
Yeah.
It sucked.
He sucked, but I could come up with a better plan and we could actually do a good job. Yeah. So I think, that's probably later on, probably like in the middle of the movie, probably where we see that.
Here's a question for you all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because do you think, this would be the movie that Bucky becomes Captain America, takes up the mantle, or do you think they'll pull a switch and kill Bucky?
I don't think so. I don't think we'll see if they do go that route of Bucky taking the mantle, like in this whatever. I don't think it'll be till after this Infinity War thing. It'll be like after that. I could see it happening like that. Like that'll be like like kind of like a resolving shot. Like after it's like they're literally like at the end of the next one, and they're at Cap's funeral or something like that, and then like Bucky's like walking away or something, and then like Scarlet Johansson,
Black Widow.
Widow, like kind of grabs her, like, well, what are you gonna do now? Like, what? Like, what,
I don't like this new look of hers.
And then it'd be like, well, somebody's got to carry on what fucking what's name did, and then like he didn't. They're like, yeah, it's gonna be Cap. Yeah. Or what they could do is have Falcon do it, and then go new. Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
he was about to say Hawkeye.
That would be cool. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go that route.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, which I want, it's like all this fan theory shit that's like fucking like up in the air.
Yeah,
but I would love that. But then I would also love to have Shuri as take the Iron Man thing.
Oh, Shuri as an
Shuri.
Being Ironheart, or well, I mean that's Riri Williams from the comics that plays Ironheart, who's kind of like somebody who was inspired by Iron Man.
Yeah, they would have to completely dismantle. Yeah.
Which
plus she's older too.
She could actually create the Hulkbuster suit, or that Hulkbuster suit that we see in Wakanda.
See, I thought about that,
but I don't.
That'd be interesting.
Cool. To say. Damn it, what else? Oh, the funniest meme I seen from that. Mm-hmm. Let me go ahead and pull it up so I make sure I'm not misquoting it.
Okay.
But he said somebody tweeted, let me find his name so I can give him credit. And pull up this guy. Where are you at? Okay. Greg Perkins on Twitter said, Captain America's going to die, Iron Man's going to die, and Thanos is going to call T'Challa a nigga, and we just have to sit there and watch.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Can't do shit about it.
I saw that. I was like, oh, man, that sucks.
Who from Wakanda could die?
Well, we know who's going to be in it. We know Okoye is going to be in it. We know M'Baku is going to be in it.
Dora Milaje, obviously.
The whole
Shuri is in there.
Shuri's in there.
Well, he can't technically. Never mind.
I'm sorry, what?
I was thinking M'Baku can die, but I was like, no, he can't. I want
Most likely, he probably
Okoye's
could.
little husband dude.
Daniel Kaluuya.
I don't know if he's in.
yeah,
Has
I want
he
him
been
to die.
confirmed for it?
Makabe?
Yeah, I want him to die.
Has it been
You
confirmed
want
for
him to die.
He just wants
Yes.
everybody.
Yeah, that's apparently he's just a sadistic motherfucker, man.
Hey,
He
man,
was trying to kill everybody.
there's a
Jesus.
thousand ways to die.
They really could
One.
technically kill everyone in the first Infinity War as long as Doctor Strange has that time stone.
Oh, damn, that's true. That mean, imagine that.
That would come across a little cheap,
Yeah.
but what they could do,
The movie's like okay. The movie. Let's get this down. The movie's almost 3 hours runtime. We've got the runtime. It's
Okay.
about 250.
Oh, Lord.
So imagine if like the first hour is just Thanos just wrecking shop, and then like after the first hour, like that's when that clear part. You know the part where we saw like Doctor Strange like doing like that, and it was like zooming in on the stone the way it did when he manipulated time.
Yeah.
In his movie.
Yeah.
Imagine if that's him like rewinding everything back.
And what I'm thinking could happen is
that'd
that
be amazing.
Now I don't want to sit there and predict the damn movie,
God damn
but
it.
a lot, if not everyone, dies.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange uses the time stone.
Yeah.
Shit still doesn't go as well as planned.
Okay. There's still some deviations.
There's still problems. Still people are still dying.
Right.
And before he can change it again, Thanos somehow gets the time stone.
Okay.
Which could explain the bit with the glass in his face.
The
and
glass,
stuff.
yeah. So then
So-
we have we still have some people that are dead
And couldn't be revived.
couldn't be revived. Okay.
Possibly. So fantasy
man.
booking again.
You might have just figured this fucking movie out.
I hope I didn't.
I mean, the problem is it obviously sounds like crazy, but it sounds like if I was a Hollywood writer, I mean
Yeah. I mean,
that's the way you try to like have your cake and eat it too type shit.
It's being done by the Russo brothers, so it's in good hands.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god. I swear to God, if you just like fucking nailed it.
I hope I didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope I didn't, because I'm trying to still enjoy this movie watching it. 'cause
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to sit there and
He's
just,
gonna be halfway through, like, damn it,
Right.
I called it.
Right, it just walks out.
It.
it's as bad as wrestling. It would be as bad as wrestling.
Just walks out. You just be in the audience. Obviously, you hear Webb yell out, "Fuck," and just walk out. Everybody's like, "What the hell's wrong with him?"
Well,
I'm still gonna finish it,
Right,
Because
yeah.
I paid the
Right. I
You already
fucking
know
Had
the
this been
story,
Netflix, had this been Netflix, then sure,
Right,
I'd be able
exit.
to exit.
Back
I already know what's going down, but
That's so
no, if I'm paying to
love
see
that.
this shit, it's like
That's amazing.
he down takes a nap. He's like, I was fighting all this sleep to watch the movie. Now that I could just go to sleep.
I refuse to take a $30-$50 nap.
Yeah, right.
Why are your tickets costing $30 and $50?
Oh, I'm saying, well, could possibly tickets. Usually
Well,
I'm going to movie tavern.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
all right,
if he's
that makes
going with
sense.
two
Okay.
people, that nails it, basically.
That makes more. I was like, what the hell kind
No,
of movie
if I'm
tickets
not
are you
going-
buying? You in Chicago?
Yeah, really.
Yo, them mugs cost $20 a pop, and that
Yeah.
was straight up matinee. I was
Oh,
like,
not
what?
even- or we could sit there do my IMAX or some shit too.
Ooh, baby.
$20.
Oh, they're not?
$25.
They're not.
Huh.
IMAX.
They are. yeah,
IMAX here is like $9.
that seems
For-
cheap.
For a Friday,
sure?
like for a brand new
That's gotta
movie
be like,
coming out?
That sounds like a Tuesday at 10 a.m.
$9.
That face did it all.
I was giving you my I don't know about that face.
Hey, what?
Hit him with that
Come to the
conceited
movies
right there.
on a Friday.
I know I'm gonna have to now. I know where I'm going to my movies at. Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, so with that said, what else we got? Do we got anything else? I'm
Did y'all
this
care
bit-
about talking about Lil Dicky?
I don't.
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah,
It's a little Dicky video.
It was funny. Made me feel. I don't know. I was not expecting Lil Dicky to go to like a Lonely Island type vibe. That's kind of the vibe I got from that damn song. As opposed to
Yeah,
what was it,
but then
Pillow
at the s-
Talking from the previous one?
Right. Yeah, exactly. But then at the same time, it's like, wouldn't you expect that from him? Like being comedic the way he
I would
is?
expect him to be comedic, but this was kind of like
like a direct.
this was
parody
kind of
type
like
thing.
almost their style
Yeah,
of
yeah,
parody,
I can
like
see
their
that.
style of comedy.
I can see that.
compared to like with Lil Dicky, how he had Save That Money, where it just sounded like if you weren't paying attention,
It sounded like a regular song.
Like a regular song.
Yeah, that's true.
Pillow Talking, if you weren't paying attention to that and how off the rails that went.
The fucking brain.
Yeah. Then there was also, what was it like? The song where he did like a job interview and Snoop was the person hiring him.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of the song now, but Professional Rap?
I think it is professional rap. I think it is. Yeah.
So, you know, like that type of style I was expecting, but for him to do that like with Freaky Friday and then the bit at the end was kind of
I
fun.
just thought about something.
What's-
One, did you guys see the 1999 video by Crit?
No, not yet.
It's so good. It's such a callback to like every video from that era. Just very well done. They even do like the fisheye fast movement shit that was in like every music video.
Wow.
Every like Hype Williams music video, like all the Missy Elliott shit like back then. Like it's really well done. And did you guys get a chance to listen to that Leon Bridges that I sent you?
Not yet, no. I think I was editing the previous episode during that time.
If
But
you get a chance, if you guys haven't listened to it, and this is for everybody listening, check out Leon Bridges. He just put out 2 singles for his new album, and they're really good. He kind of stands out as his sound is such a homage to like 60s and 70s, like Sam Cooke and like Temptations. It's weird how well it's done and how it's done well where it still works very well in this day and age. But that song I sent you, Bad News, is a really fucking good song. And if you like any kind of like upbeat, like jazz type stuff, I mean, it's excellent.
Okay.
But yeah.
Hopefully this story is true since Brent brought it to our attention off of BuzzFeed. This guy says his girlfriend stabbed him with a samurai sword partly because he played too many video games. I didn't know that was the entire title. Or I just only saw
that's a
this
lot.
guy says his girlfriend stabbed him with a samurai and it
Sword.
dot. So
Yeah,
that's all I saw.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's funny.
so yeah, when I read the article,
Washington's here,
yeah,
I got it in front of me.
Oh, my bad. Was you about to explain it?
Yeah, I got it right in front of me here. I can
My bad. Go
from
ahead.
there. Yeah.
I fall back.
Apologies there. A Washington state man who survived a samurai sword attack that authorities say was carried out by his now ex-girlfriend, I'd hope, as he was sleeping, told BuzzFeed News that his rigorous video game training left him with a lack of sex drive, which contributed to his former girlfriend's suspicions of infidelity. Actually, I think that's plenty. So let me close that article.
How hard are you playing video games?
Got to train, man.
It
Got to
don't
become
take
a pro.
much. Oh, I mean,
Ash Ketchum of video games.
if you're constantly playing and you just don't feel like I'm
Well, I get,
tired,
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
and if you're not working out either,
Yeah, that's true.
like
I
lack
guess
of
he's-
testosterone or like like testosterone levels, and
I mean, he better been like
energy levels.
fucking really good at some Tekken or something.
He better be a finalist in Evo or something like
Right, yeah.
all that.
He may not now.
Right, yeah.
Well, I mean, his junk shouldn't
Is this story
have
about
to
Di-
matter with his hands.
It ain't. He doesn't. They're not saying he has ED.
No. I mean,
no,
it's supposed
They
to
ain't
be
saying
hot,
erectile
so,
dysfunction or nothing like that. It's just like I just don't like. I'm sorry, babe. I don't feel like fucking tonight.
I don't feel like
And wait, does it specify how many times she's tried? Or how many
not
different
from what I
days?
seen.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I
yeah.
was kind of curious. Like, I was like, how long has this gone?
Right. I mean, it obviously had to be going on for.
But how was that argument like?
According to
what do
court
you do?
documents, the ex-girlfriend planned to kill Lovell, or the guy, a few days after she bought a samurai sword at the mall. I was
Oh,
trying
so
to kill
she
him for
brought the
cheating.
sword. See, I thought that,
That was my
he
purpose.
had the sword in the house.
That sounds like some shit you'd say if you own a samurai sword. I was trying to kill him. That was my purpose.
Yeah, that does sound like some samurai sword. Was that written on the fucking hilt of the
She
samurai
said, she
sword?
told the police this. I was trying to kill him for cheating. That was my purpose. So I'm guessing she might have just been in the
Kinda
mall.
Shogun shit?
And y'all ever seen
whoa,
JoJo's
don't put
Bizarre
that against-
Adventure?
Yep, dude. Oh,
I have.
oh
don't
my-
put that against Shoguns.
Oh
no.
my god.
And like there's like this sword that possesses you to commit or to kill constantly. And so I'm guessing that's probably the exact same sword that she saw at the mall, got it, and this came up with the cheating excuse. Or the suspicion, excuse me, the
just some-
suspicion of him cheating.
Just some like dudes like selling it to her. Oh no, it's nothing wrong with this sword. It's fine.
Your dishonor I hate your dishonor.
Right.
I must
Hide
kill
it
you.
during a full moon. It said,
that
do
was right.
not, whatever you do not let that blade see a full moon.
Right, yeah.
And then she saw
If
saw a
moon-
blue moon, and the rest was
If
The
moon
first
kisses the
thing
blade,
she did
yeah.
was like showing it off to somebody at night. It was like, look how shiny it is. Caught the full moon in it.
Right.
Oh,
All right. Oh, I have to
Shit.
mark. Right. Yeah. Stab.
must
Stab.
murder him for his infidelity.
If moon,
But
if
when did
this
he
blade
have-
drinks in the moon's light, one must perish.
One must perish. It must be filled with the blood.
Right. Yeah.
With the blood of the infidel.
she hit me twice with the blunt end of the sword. That was when
Oh, she went with
That
Roman
was the
Kitchen. She
Roman
was the kitchen.
Reverse blade him. Hit him with the hilt.
This
Right.
was when
Get
God
him
was
safe.
with me. No other explanation other than God turned the blade and she only woke me up instead of cutting my neck open, which would have ended the fight before it started. During the end of the attack, Lovell, or the victim, says he grabbed the attacker by the arms. As he looked her in the eyes, he said she still managed to grab his package. She tried to rip them off. But I was it's like
Pause.
They just,
Pause again.
It was,
No,
it was,
pause.
no,
We
here's the
gotta
thing.
talk about this.
It was really kind of like methodic, like battle, and then all of a sudden it just went. She
No.
tried to rip him off, like it just got real
hold on.
basic.
Hold on,
all
we
of a
gotta
sudden.
pause. Somebody swinging willy nilly a sword or trying to hit you with a sword, you're just gonna grab them by the shoulders? No, what the fuck's wrong with you?
What?
Why would you not disarm a person by their hands and wrists? Like
No, it says
he grabbed her by the arms.
He grabbed her by the arms.
the arms.
Arms, yeah.
So he grabbed her low. Like why the hell's her hand still free to grab his junk?
You ever sit there and
He, like,
in a
caught
fight with
him
your
like
chick?
that?
You try to sit there and like, well, yeah, maybe he probably, you can't swing if your arms are pinned. So maybe her hands were down here.
Yeah.
This is only helping the people that can see it. That see it
And
on
she
the
did-
camera.
she did like the-
And she tried to, yeah.
she
tried
did
to grab a little something.
If you pin something down, it should have no motion or use.
See-
So he
see-
either pinned it between his legs. That would be stupid. Two, he didn't pin them away from the body. Like he just pinned them like, I don't know, that all the
Keep in
concept
mind,
of
this nigga
seems-
just woke up.
Yeah, so he's groggy.
groggy doesn't
here's-
help. If you grab somebody by the arms, what's he trying to do? Shaking baby syndrome?
Clearly,
What's going on?
we told you this nigga ain't got any kind of muscle mass.
Yeah, he's
been
not-
playing video games.
Yeah,
playing video games.
No, here- now
And
here's-
that's why he's not
That's
good.
why-
He gotta
yeah.
keep training so much, he doesn't have good reactions. Okay, he makes bad decisions. Keep going.
He grabbed her by the
Keep going.
arms.
Now here's what I was hoping though.
Why he's not a pro now.
I was hoping they would say he grabbed the blade, like he caught it, like, like caught it above
Like
she,
in between
swung
his
it-
hands?
Yeah, she
As he
swung it
looks at
down.
the blood drip
Yeah,
down?
exactly. Yeah, I was
Oh.
hoping.
Now I'm sitting there thinking of Blade when he was fighting Ron Perlman.
When he
was sitting there
bit it down. Yeah.
But okay, she tried. So apparently he grabbed her arms. It doesn't specify. We can't see a reenactment at all.
Yeah, we need one.
doll.
She tried to grab his package.
Mm-hmm.
She tried to rip them off, but I wasn't angry. I love this girl. I never had any anger. It was just pure love for her and life itself. I pleaded with her, telling her I loved her, and she was killing me. By pleading with her, he said he was able to convince her to stop the attack and call 911, an act which saved his life and which he said had led him to forgive her. I ended up just telling her if she didn't call the cops, I was going to die. She started crying, ran out the room, and saved my life. So yes, I instantly forgave her. Blank was adamant that he had never cheated on her. No one will ever come forward because there was never anyone else but her, he said. Explaining the red hair... Oh, what's the number found in the tub? He said he has reddish hairs on his chin and that some of his dog's hairs are also red in color. As for Tinder, I skipped a bit. Okay, apparently he had downloaded Tinder. What's the number said he hasn't had the app on his phone since he and her became a couple. He also said he had never had much success using the app. I'm not a model or 6'3". Tall dudes slay Tinder. Everyone knows that. And I play video games all fucking day. What do you expect me to?
Right, yeah.
All right.
Save some pussy for the rest of us, sir.
So
Can
I was thinking, what I forgot the scenario. I think a comedian, Bill Burr, actually brought this up, which is funny because I've actually done this with my sister and I've done this with a girlfriend who's tried to attack me.
Right.
You grab one arm when they try to swing at you. You
Right.
grab the other arm when they try to swing at you.
Yep.
This next part is crucial, as he said. You got to sit there and do a quick little pivot of your hips because they're gonna try to kick you in the nuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you got to sit there and wrap them around their arm or wrap their arms around themselves,
Yeah.
turn them around, and just kind of hunker
Hold them.
down.
Yeah, hold them.
Hunker down, put your weight on them to where they kind of calm down or sit there and they're at least restrained.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I'm sure a samurai sword is going to complicate that normal technique.
Exactly.
Possibly.
Now,
But I think your technique would then
good
get
technique.
samurai sword out of hand or out of way,
Yeah.
right?
Unless-
Now, you would have to watch out for the
How often are
heel
people
to
Well, the-
top of your foot bones.
Well, the only way it would be if it was a short blade, then it wouldn't be able to. But if it was a long blade and she had both, she could still like kind of angle it back and try to like poke you over her shoulders.
But that will be reverse blade then. So you'd be okay. She already hit him with 2 times with the hilt.
She's been watching
No,
Kenshin.
the reverse blade, the reverse edge of the
No,
blade.
she rode not the hilt. She hit him with she Kenshined him literally.
like with the
Like switched the blade over and beat him with the other side
and
of it.
she didn't realize that she was using that end. Otherwise,
Exactly.
she would have killed him right then and there.
Yeah, until she didn't see blood. So,
So
then
there's
she
no-
turned it
and-
over and
Wait.
went demon
So
mode.
she didn't actually hit him with the blunt end of the sword, like with the
She hit him with the
like
Yeah,
the
sword.
handle.
No,
No,
not the
not
handle.
the hilt.
No,
Not the
the-
hilt.
I thought
she
she actually
Kenshined him.
tried to cut him
No.
at one point and hit him as well.
She tried to cut him,
Okay,
But she had it in
she
Kenshin
had the
mode.
wrong. She had the wrong side
Yeah.
facing.
well that was
her
that was
victim.
lucky him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, absolutely.
So otherwise,
But then she didn't realize she didn't see blood, so then she switched into demon mode and tried to swing down the other side, which then he caught it.
Veroni Kenshin?
He caught it with his
What are you doing
hands. He caught it with his hands, saw the blood spilling out, and then he like fucking like headbutted her. See, this could have been a great fight scene, but they just ruined it because
he lost. He lost in the beginning.
Like, he could have got up and then like saw the blood, like got her arms, headbutted her, like knocked her back through the thing. Like, this could have been a good fight scene, but he ruined it.
Okay. So yeah, she allegedly attacked him with a samurai sword after discovering Tinder on his phone and red hair in his shower drain. Javier, whose hair is dyed green, not red, has been charged with attempted murder.
Of course it is.
Her bail was set at $350,000, and she is currently being held at Clark County Jail. So yeah. Oh God, she does look like a fucking Kenshin or Naruto villain based
shit.
off this picture.
Oh, let me see. Oh shit! Yeah, she looked. Oof.
She looked like she's supposed to. She looked like she ain't supposed to use a sword. She's supposed to have like sharp, like Lady Deathstrike type nails.
Yeah, she looked. Yeah,
She looked like she's supposed to have like poison
Wolverine
spit.
claws.
yeah. It looked like she should be
Or
doing
like
like that claw
Tajiri
mode.
from WWE, where
Yeah,
he spit that green mist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what she looks like she should have been doing
Yeah, so-
instead. So
yeah,
that's why she didn't. That's why she didn't succeed.
She was using the wrong weapon.
She
She,
was
didn't have the right weapon.
Yeah, and the fact that she had this planned.
Wrong loadout.
So what happened was, so she was picking her character model, and they was like, select your weapon. She was like, you know what? This should be an easy fight. Let me get the nunchucks.
She forgot to reset her attributes
Yeah.
to be capable of
Everything
handling
was
a
set.
two-handed.
Everything was
weapon.
flat set. Everything had like the same value. Charisma.
Or
luck.
no, she still had all of her attributes on close hand combat, but forgot to switch it over to two-handed weapon mastery.
Right. So she didn't. Yeah, she couldn't do it. All right. With that.
Well, I mean, the fact that he's still alive,
Yeah, I
this
mean,
helps out.
yeah.
But hold on, him saying
Wait a
like,
minute,
I
what?
instantly forgave her because she saved my life. I was like, she tried to kill you too. She's the reason why you're. That's some cold pimping right there.
Right. Yeah.
So wait a minute now. He only survived thanks to Wing Chun, a form of martial arts he became obsessed with after watching the kung fu movie Ip Man.
Oh,
I've been indirectly preparing myself for this night my whole life, he said.
I'm so
I didn't freeze.
who's
I
writing
didn't,
this shit?
Hold on. This
didn't
nigga went to
roll punch
T'Challa.
her?
This nigga went to T'Challa. Hold on. I didn't freeze. The Wing Chun came out, he said. I was able to stand on a knee that was just almost chopped in half and a foot that was hanging on by a thread. She hit me twice with the blunt end of the sword, and that's the part where we came back. So
I can't deal with the writing.
this
It's a
nigga's been,
movie.
this
He
nigga's been
should
training
watch
for
movies.
everything but pleasing his woman. So
No Kama Sutra books for him, sir.
They're writing this. Fuck! I knew it was gonna happen.
the camera,
They're writing this like they wanted it to be a better fight scene than it was.
yeah. So yes, golly, I could just already picture this. We should have been telling this whole story with the Naruto music playing in the background.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? We can still do that. Fuck it. And I'm gonna go ahead and splice that part out probably. So, golly, so
in.
this man. So this man has been training all his life for video games and Wing Chun, and one cost him or almost cost him his life while the other one saved his life. So
shout out to media. Shout out to video games and movies.
shout out to
Shout out to
Itman.
pop culture.
Shout out to he didn't even specify what video game he was training for.
He's not good. His reaction time is terrible. Like he doesn't think strategically. So shout out to Wing Chun.
How?
He's probably a Donkey Kong man.
His reflex, yeah. I was like, that Wing Chun and his video games was probably, yeah. Had it not been for those video games,
Hey,
one, he
I'm
couldn't
glad.
please his wife, but his
Well,
reflexes were able to be where they were.
That dude was
Otherwise-
just freaking.
I'm just mad.
Like,
I'm just
let's
mad
be
at the
real.
writing. I'm just mad at the fact that they like
I'm
the
glad he
dialogue and stuff was wrote in a way that tried to make it sound like it was some fucking like battle that was like had like a build up.
How
like
much
a
is this
Dragon Ball
actually
fight.
true?
None of it. It's all fake.
Man.
So stupid.
If
Well,
it's the court, like if it's real law, you know what I'm saying? Like if she's really locked up,
Yeah, I mean, she looks out of her damn mind. She looks crazy.
but yeah, I
don't
came
think we're
across
topping
that. I
that.
had to share it. Like I had to.
I don't think we topping that.
That was great. Oh man. Well, you want to wrap it up, gentlemen?
We might as well.
Might as well.
I'm gonna give everybody homework.
Yep.
All the listeners, go ahead and look up Indiana's baby drop off.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, that
For
one.
mothers.
Yeah. Well, with that said, guys, thank you as always for checking us out. We appreciate it. I'm at KNKidSwift on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Brent, where you
Is
at?
LL Coolb22 on
Okay.
Twitter.
Very nice. Webb, where are you?
Web859 on Twitter, web.859 on Instagram.
Very nice. And of course, like we always say, you can see us each and every week here on the OafDiscussions podcast. We appreciate everybody listening and checking us out. We appreciate you guys. Post and comment. Remember, let us know what you think. Send us topics. Email us the whole 9
Yeah.
yards.
Hey, send Shayna at ShaynaNB. Send her a message on Twitter asking for recipes for good, delicious, healthy meals.
Hell yeah. Oaf. What was it? P90 Oaf?
P90 Oaf.
Yeah, nice.
We here.
With that said, guys, thank you guys so much. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
This is,
Till we meet again.
ladies and gentlemen, that has been OafDiscussions. Please listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play now, Stitcher, audio episodes on YouTube as well. And so that's all we have today. Thank you very
guys.
much for listening, and you enjoy the rest of your day.
Appreciate it. Peace.
There we are. OafDiscussions pioneers.
Quickly.
Confirmed.
Make the meme and then put the @ big thing on there with the stupid little graphic like every other goddamn internet comedian does.
This week on OafDiscussions, we discussed the Infinity War trailer, fitness, and infidelity sword attacks. Samurai sword attacks. What the hell was it?
Samurai sword attack.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch!
I didn't know how to save you. I didn't know. I didn't know where to throw you a life jacket or a ladder.
And